Loving you ain't so bad. I miss the days we used to hang on.
Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, and it is not proud. But are we living on those conditions? Welcome to the Love and Conditions podcast, and I'm your host, Jennifer. And today we do have some very special people with us. We have Pastor Joe and Kandace Thompson. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
for having us.
It is our pleasure to be on today.
It was so good to be here. Can you introduce yourself to us?
Well, I'm Joseph Thompson, lead pastor at Transfiguration Global Ministries. Married to this beautiful woman here, Kandace, for 27 years. Father of 3 children, a new grandfather. So pretty much I'm excited about what God is doing.
I am Pastor Kandace Thompson. I am the visionary, the co-visionary of Transfiguration Global Ministries. I am also the visionary of She Ready Ministries, as well as Heart of the Matter Life Coaching. And we've been married, as he has said, 27 years. And it's been ups and downs, highs and lows. It's beautiful moments. It's awkward moments.
Yes.
But it's been a joy.
It's been a joy.
Yes.
Thank you so much. 27 years.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of things have happened throughout that time.
Yeah.
Tell me, do you remember, how did you meet?
You want to tell the story or you want me to tell the story? I'm going to tell my version of the story first, and then I'm going to let you tell the version of the story.
Let's hear it.
So how we initially met was that my brother was dating this young lady out in another town.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the only one out of my friends that had a car.
Okay.
So him and his girlfriend at the time came up with the plan, like, hey, if we find Joe somebody he can date out here, he can bring me out there. So that's how I met Kandace. They told me a story about her. They told her a story about me. I think we initially met at the movie theater.
Yes.
Yeah, when we seen each other in person, we met each other at the movie
The
theater.
very first time we saw each other was at the movies.
Theater. And I think that was from there. It's been ever since. That's been
30
we've been married
years.
27, but that's been 30 years.
We've been
ago.
together 30 years.
30 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you telling us, Pastor Kandace, that this is a true story?
Yes.
Okay. You standing by it?
Because I'm standing by it, because at first when we thought about it, we was like, okay, let's see what actually happened. He said, we met at the movies. I said, no, that's not how we met. We met by people trying to, what is the word I want to use?
People trying to use you.
Yes.
Pretty much.
And then we've been together for 30 years.
30 years.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a long time. But with all that's happening right now, because we do know that there are divorces popping up every day.
Yes.
What kept you together? I'm going to ask you,
Okay.
Kandace. Can you go ahead and tell us? Why did you stay with him?
The Lord. It was the Lord, because understanding that we're totally different people. If you guys be around us at any point in time, you'll know we're night and day. And so if we did not have God, we would not be together. We've had, again, understanding people and their differences. When they talk about love is patient, love is kind, love does not hold on to
Any
keep
grudges,
tracks
any
of rights and
wrongs.
wrongs. Exactly. It doesn't. And when we had to go through it, we truly had to do the work that was necessary, because if we didn't, we wouldn't be together. And if we didn't allow God to do the work, we wouldn't be together.
And this is so interesting because the first couple that we spoke with, they have been married for 37 years.
Wow.
And when I asked them, what is the secret? They say God.
It is.
It is.
So
He's
God
the
is the
secret.
constant, right? Okay, so you have been through a lot. When you were introducing yourself, you say ups, you say downs. In marriage, though, what does transparency looks like to you? You have been trotting this road together.
To me, it is really saying the things sometimes that are not the easiest things to say, even if that means it's going to hurt his feelings. An example is that when I was about 30 some odd years old.
10 years into the marriage at the time?
30, yeah.
Yeah,
We
wow.
was about, no, it was about almost 20 some odd,
Yeah.
Joe. And I had to come to a realization that I had put him in a place where God was supposed to be at. and it messed our relationship up. We had kids by that time, and I didn't understand who I was as a woman. I didn't understand who I was supposed to be as his wife or as a mother. And then when we had the tough conversation that, Joe, I put you in a place where you weren't even supposed to be at, it kind of hurt him.
I felt some type of way.
It
I'm
did.
like, at the time I didn't see it. I'm like, what do you mean that you put me in a place?
Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't get that, and it wasn't that later that I realized what she meant. I didn't get it at first, and I didn't understand it at first, and I did feel some type of way. There was some resentment to her because it's like, what do you mean? I'm doing everything I can. What do you mean that you put me in a place that I didn't belong? And at that time, I've been saved probably what?
It's about the same amount of time.
Same amount of time. So, and to be a man of God that didn't understand that He comes first in all things, and we have to understand that when He say all is absolute. And I didn't understand it.
So you're saying, Pastor Kandace, that you actually put him at a place where you revered him, he was like the God in your life.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
I had been, when we met, I was 16 years old. So I had put him as being my savior, the person that came and saved me from the things that I thought was really horrible about my life. And then when I started learning, first of all, I had to learn how to heal. I had to learn how to go through this life and understand that he wasn't the thing that saved me. God set him in my life to assist me in the process, but he wasn't the savior, that God was the savior.
Wow. That's the word right there. Okay, so you had to come to the realization. And that, of course, would have placed some form of strain on you, meaning you were expected to be
Savior.
It was definitely. We actually broke up. She left. No, she left. Her family's from Jersey, and she was gone because she couldn't take it no more. I heard her, but I didn't listen to her.
Yes.
I didn't listen to her, and then so because I didn't listen to her, and I think when you listen, there should be a reaction when you listen.
Right.
And because I didn't listen to her, she left.
Yeah.
I went and got her, but
You went for her, of course, because she's here right now.
Yeah.
Thanks be to God for that.
Yes.
The good thing is you found out, you realized what you were doing, and you went on that path.
Yes.
So thanks be to God for that. And because of that, transparency, you placed him high above. What about unequally yoked? Do you want to explain to me what is your take on someone being unequally yoked? Because he did mention, of course, that there was a time when he didn't understand it. He didn't understand what you were actually going off or what was happening in the relationship at the time. So there was a drift. So can you tell me, unequally yoked, what is your take on that? Can you explain that?
To me, being unequally yoked is not just simply a natural perspective, it's a spiritual one as well. If we're not looking to go in this path with Christ, Christ is the center.
Yes.
And if we don't have him as the center and we're not looking to go in the same direction, then we're definitely not going to meet on a common ground. So we had to be equally yoked as far as our relationship with God.
Yes.
He had to understand that God comes first.
Yes.
If he didn't understand that, that would have made it even harder when I chose God over him.
Yes.
So being unequally yoked means that for me is unequally yoked, spiritually and naturally.
Yes.
Now, naturally, people look at us and say we're not equally yoked because I don't make any money. He's the breadwinner. But there's stuff that I do in the house. I am the secretary. I am the accounts payable. I am the accounts receivable. I am the counselor. Yes, I am. And I do all that. So it causes us to be yoked equally there.
Right.
But for some other people, if somebody else is unequally yoked and they're doing the working, they're being the house manager, that falls on them and that's a heavier weight. So we have learned to balance it out. And that to me is what it is to be unequally yoked. When we're not coming to a common ground, both naturally and spiritually.
Thank you for that explanation, because
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
exactly how I feel. There was a time when, I would feel, or I would think, that being unequally yoked mean if we have different Christian values. But I realize, as you say, in the natural as well as in the spiritual, if you don't see eye to eye with regular day-to-day things, then that simply means you are unequally yoked.
Yes.
You have to be at a level where we can say, agree. Let us do this together.
Yes.
So yes, thank you so much for that. You have been doing this 27 years.
Yeah.
You have had kids.
Yes.
You have gone through things in life. What is the most important thing that you learned about love?
One of the most important things that I learned about love, I think you said it in your intro, that it's patient. Love understands. One thing I found out about love doesn't really compromise. Love understands, and love works with, but it doesn't compromise.
Yes.
Because when I say that, I think about how with Christ and God never compromises himself, because he loves us so dearly. His love is love. Love is true and it's just.
Yes.
And that's one of the biggest things that I learned. My wife doesn't compromise with me. She works with me.
Yes.
She loves me so much. She know how to tell me no. She tells me when I'm wrong.
Yes.
See, that's what love does.
Yes.
Love doesn't always agree when it's not right. So we always don't sit in places of agreement. Love agrees to disagree. That we don't see eye to eye. But guess what? We'll look at it and say, what is the common good here?
Yes.
What's best serves the interests of the whole.
Yes.
That's what love does too.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
it does.
It shows that you're not each other's enemies.
No.
Only the
Absolutely
things
does
that
not.
comes up in between.
Yes.
We had to tell each other that before that.
Yes.
I'm not your
I'm not
enemy.
your enemy. Because at one point in time, this is how we worked out the idea of what real love is. I thought she was my enemy. And I used to say, I'm not your enemy to her. And it was like we was constantly at war. But because I always believed that when you're in love, sometimes you sit in different places.
Yes.
Sometimes you here,
That's a
sometimes
word.
he's up here, and sometimes, but love brings you back on the same level.
Yes.
Eventually, you come back to the same level. If you love somebody, you'll find
Yes.
where they're at.
Yes.
And that's how we did with Christ. We had to find Christ where he was. Because
My God.
we didn't have him at the center.
We didn't.
So we had to go find him, and by us finding him individually and together. And guess what happened? He brought us back on to the same level.
This is so powerful.
Yeah.
This is a word right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. We are in March. And at the beginning of every year, some people, they will have what they call New Year's resolutions, or you're planning to do this, you're planning to do that. For me, it's normally a word. All right. So, and word for me can be a dictionary word or a word from the Lord, scriptural.
Okay.
All right. For me this year, it's avert, which in the dictionary it simply means look away. And also scriptural, if we're going to go to scriptural, it is self-control for me. All right. So those are my words. So let me ask you, what are your words for this year? Whether it be dictionary, scriptural, if you have a sermon, that you preach, a slang, anything. Is there something that you actually tell yourself this year that you're going to be living by?
My word would have to be transformative. We are ever transforming, ever changing, but we're always going to be doing what thus saith the Lord. But if we ever stay in a place where we're not capable of changing, we won't be able to do what the Lord says for us to do, because sometimes he calls us to do the things that are very, very uncomfortable. And if we are not, like you said, obedient, that's another one of my words for this year, obedient. If we're not obedient to what he's saying, to what he's calling us to do, then we will not see what he has called us into and see what the impact is supposed to make. So we have to be transformative. We have to be able to change, adapt, even in the uncomfortable, dark places. That was one of the words he gave me before the end of last year, being developed in the dark. Sometimes we don't like to be developed in the dark. Sometimes the dark places are really uncomfortable, very unsure, and it makes you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. But if we stay in a place where we are able to be transformed by the renewing of our mind, by the renewing of our heart, by the renewing of our spirit, we will be those people that make the difference in the world.
Yes. And transformative, as you said, obedience, it goes hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
Yes, because in order for you to be transformed, because remember, we are born in sin and shapen in iniquity, so we are nothing. So in order for you to transform, you have to definitely be obedient
Absolutely.
to his word. So yeah, they do go hand in hand. Did you want to add something to that?
Mine will be Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plans. And that has to me, that has to do with vision.
Yes.
And that vision goes back to what you ladies said previously, obedience, consistency.
Yes.
In order to fulfill a plan, you got to write it down. The word said write the vision down.
Habakkuk 2:2.
Mhm.
Yes.
And not only that, he just said so others can read and understand it. So it's about the vision. And we spoke briefly before, there's things that are happening now that requires us to be visionary.
Visionary.
It requires us to be able to see without seeing. And what I mean by that is to see beyond the carnality of what we see or the natural things that are happening in this world today. There's some deeper things that are happening. And you have to have not just vision for what you want to do, but vision for what God is saying. So that would be my word.
That sounds to me like a hallelujah moment. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you could describe your relationship with a song, which song would that be and why? And it doesn't have to be a religious song. It can be.
Mine's definitely not.
It's not.
I'm gonna tell my story first. On my arm, I have a tattoo that says "Forever My Lady," and it has our anniversary date 3/6/99. I put it up there because I never want to forget
it.
We got married.
Nice.
But also, I promised myself that what she will always be. It was a song by Josie that came out in the 90s. And I promised myself that's what she will always be. She will always be my lady, not just my wife. She will be my lady. She will be my friend.
See how you being
She will be my confidant.
Yes.
This is why I married this man.
Yes.
This is why I married this man.
That would be my song.
What's yours?
Because I am the music person. And I'm not technically not the music person in our family, but I have two. The Steady Love by India Ari, because he is the person that I do life with. She said he's a good father, he's a good cook. That's what he does. That's his profession.
Yes.
She said he loves basketball and he loves a good book. My husband is very intelligent. Those are all qualities that I love about him. She said, we could talk about anything. We've got nothing to hide. He's not a slave to his secrets. He's not a slave to his pride. When he understood that sometimes some things he had to deal with the pride part of him, he dealt with it and we did better. So I'm like, yes, that's my song for us, Steady Love. And then You and I by Advent and Kiki Wyatt. And she said, oh God, let me get the words again. Oh God. You and I, together forever. You and I.
I know the song now.
Breathe every single breath
I'm not gonna sing
for
it.
you,
Yeah.
babe.
Nice.
I know the
You
song.
have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I love those songs. I love them. Let's talk about money.
Let's talk.
Yes.
Money.
Money causes problems.
Yes.
It does.
And
It does.
let me say this. I find that sometimes as married couples, we don't talk about this.
No.
A lot of we there are people who their finances are separate. Or even if they have finances together, then there's a little stash, or how the money is being spent. We don't want to talk about that. Only the bills, right? And money in a married couple's life is not only about bills. There are personal things. So, talk about money.
You want me
We
to go
had
first?
to-
You're going to go first. You'll
I'll
go
start.
first. Go ahead.
We had to come to understand that there are two different people in this relationship. One that saves, one that spends.
Is she touching you?
Yeah, she's touching me.
We're not gonna say which person.
No,
it
we're not gonna
is,
say.
But there's one that saves and one that spends. So at the beginning of our marriage, we put everything one place, one account, joint account, savings, checkings, and at one point in time, money was a problem because one of us would spend, and the other one would be trying to do bills, and they wouldn't be able to add up. So we had to have the conversation. Again, this is where tough conversations are the necessary conversations. And so we had to talk about it. If you're going to spend something, you want to spend something, we have to talk about it. Is it going to be feasible for you to spend it now? We did have to come to understand that this bill gets paid, that bill gets paid, then we have money to play with, or we have to pay someone this, pay someone this. You get put a little money here so that you can have your spending money. And so it was a big deal until we really had the conversation. Now we know what the expectations are from each other. Do we respect those boundaries? We have to.
Yeah. I used to have an attitude. I really would, because I would take on the mindset. I'm like, why do I have to explain to you what I'm doing with my money? Notice I said mine because I said she didn't work. I said, why do I have to explain to you what I'm doing with my money?
Yes.
I shouldn't have to ask you, can I go do this? And,
Right.
and that wasn't the case. It wasn't the case that I had to answer. She's, as she stated previously, she the one was the one who paid all the house manager. So she already allocated money for this and that, and Joe done went and ordered
Stuff.
spent money, and now that we got Amazon, there'll be packages coming to the house and things of that nature. But yeah, we had to understand it's to benefit the family as a whole. I had to come out that selfish mentality because it's selfish to think. So now it's our money.
Yes.
Somebody said, well, you the one work. No, it's still our money.
Yes.
She manages the money. She manages what gets paid, what goes where. She doesn't shop. I don't want to shop, but she manages the money. And so it's our thing. It's us. I tell people all the time, it's me and her against the world. And this is how we manage money. And we're working at, even now, we're working that out even more. Because when you make more money, you're going to have more problems.
Yes.
So you got to understand that. So you have to readjust, reevaluate how you manage your monies. Older you get, you got to think about what your future going to look like. Yeah. So we have to think about that too.
So as a man, because I'm happy you brought this up, my money. It is sounding to me, and correct me if I'm wrong. So there was a time in your life when it was like, I don't know, they talk about male ego. I don't know if you felt like, why is she trying to rule me? Why is she trying to tell me what to do? So as a man, how does that make you feel in actually, because that's you going into submission right there. Right? So how did that make you feel? How did you make that transition in knowing that, hey, no, this is not my money. No, I have to do this. This is us. Where did that put you?
Everything looks back to God. I had to first have an encounter with him that changed my perspective. Some of it was recent, some of it was in the past. One experience that had me change my perspective, I had an encounter with a friend who told me about myself. And I came home to my wife, and I was so angry and upset that this individual told me about who I was. Didn't say it in a mean way or nothing like that, but said it as a friend. But when I sat down and got quiet and the Holy Spirit began to speak to me, it was true.
True.
And then later, years later, I sat in this very living room, and I was up late because I work at night. And I was watching this thing about pride.
Aye.
And I began to cry because always thought that was something that I eliminated from my life because I gave my life to Christ, so I can't possibly operate in pride. But the reality I was, because I rejected God's instructions.
My God.
I did things that I wanted to do. So in turn, when he gave me a helpmate and she was helping me, I rejected the helpmate, the advice, the support system, the one who directs traffic, as we say, who the one who orchestrates certain things in this place. And I rejected that. And God said, I gave you that for a purpose. So when you reject that, you rejected me.
My God.
You rejected me. And I felt some type of way. And I'm not one that cries. So I sat here in the living room by myself. I cried because I never thought, I said, well, God, and I'm operating in this pride and I'm trying not I was sitting here trying to figure out why things weren't working. He said, because you rejected my instructions.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's how it had to be. You have to have the encounter to get. You have to have the encounter to get the understanding. You have to. You have to get out encounter. You can't do this outside of him.
Cannot.
And this is what I had to find out. I was doing it. That's how I felt because I was trying to do it outside of God.
Your way.
I tried to do it my way. How Joe did it. How Joe wanted it to be done. And I felt like she should have been. We used the word submissive. But I think we use it in the wrong context.
We do.
We use it in the wrong way. It's not submissive. Is not a word of oppression.
No.
A dominance. No.
No.
Submissive is a word of, to me, a collaboration of us working together.
Yes.
Because in a sense, I have to become submissive to the idea of her, to what she's giving me the advice. Some of the things that we have and do is because I listen.
Yes.
So I had to submit myself to that thought process.
Yeah. And I was reading something that says it's actually the man who was ordered to be submissive. We follow after, but rightfully it was the man who was the one. You're to be submissive to God. Just as you say. Once you're submissive to God, he will show you. So you were brought to that place in this very same spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And pride was the thing, and transformative obedience.
Obedience.
Yeah.
And that is what made you who you are today.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yes,
It's the road we travel.
It's yes, and I'm thankful that the Lord is doing that and has done that in your life, so that you're a minister, so you're able to teach that, you're able to pass that on to young men.
Yeah.
Whoever our audience who will be watching, the men who may think that they're not suffering from pride, but here you are to show them that, hey, yes, this was what was happening because of my money, or I spend. And then you submit to your helpmeet because she was given to you.
Yeah.
She was given to you. You have a ministry together.
Yes.
So I'm taking it for granted that you're always together. Or most of the time together. All right, so how do you balance your individuality with being in a committed relationship as well as being in ministry? You have your individual self. How do you balance that?
I'll let you answer first. I want to see.
Oh, wow. For me, I have truly had to go and do a lot of soul searching, a lot of healing to find out who Candy is, what Candy likes, what Candy doesn't like, what makes her happy. The best thing that has happened to me in the last, she's a month old now, is my baby. And so that takes me to have time away from him, time away from even some of my kids. Because as a wife, as a mom, I threw myself into husband and children. I'm learning now to not throw all of that into them, to find some things that make me happy.
Yes.
So one of the things that really truly makes me happy is helping somebody else. So I've been working on throwing myself into Heart of the Matter, spiritual life coaching, because that's something that I want to do for women. And not just older women, not just younger women, but women of all ages, races, ethnicities, and things of that nature.
Okay. What about self-care?
Oh, that's a place I struggle.
Yeah.
My self care I do is being I don't want to call it isolation, but being to myself for a minute. Like I have to do something to myself for a minute, with myself for a minute, whether that's playing my games on my phone or sometimes I get caught in doom scrolling and things like that. But I take my time where I'm not with him or the children or anybody. So, and I'm learning to take care of myself.
Care of you.
For me, she always gave me that leeway.
Oh.
To be me, hang out with fellas and things of that nature. I'm in a state now where I'm in reverse. I'm trying to pull myself back into doing what God is calling me to do for His ministry. Because now I'm being a pastor, not only a pastor, a father, a grandfather, an employee, a friend, associate, trying to be a community worker. You begin to take on all these hats. And I just had a conversation with her not too long ago about trying to balance all this, trying to find time for all this. You also got to make sure that you're making enough money to take care of the home. So to me, I'm sort of like recentering myself. Okay, God, what would you have me to do? What is it that you want from me? Like now somebody saying, well, Joe, we can do this. She like, Joe, you can go ahead and go. So that's not my problem. I let her have her space because I know she needs that. She doesn't get that all the time. So I sit in the living room. I talk with the kids. I'm at work at night, so I let her have her time. But I'm finding out that I need to get my focus. Like, well, God, what is it that you want me to do?
Yes.
We're in another time frame.
Another dimension.
This is different.
Yes.
I'm dealing with different people. So how do I do it? That's I think that's really where I'm at now.
Okay. Thank you so much for answering my questions. At this time, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, now is the time. You need to hit that button. You need to like, subscribe, and also share. And remember, every Monday you will be getting a new episode. So if you want to be the first to know, just make sure you do what you're supposed to be doing right now. All right. Thank you so much. So we're almost at the end of our conversations. We have one more segment, but 2 more questions before we go into that segment. What's one piece of relationship advice you wish everyone knew?
I really wish everybody would understand that in life, we're always going to be changing. Like, I'm not the same 16-year-old that he knew. I'm coming up to almost being 45. Well, 46. I got it right. 46. And you change in between those times. The season changes for you. You being a parent changes for you. Maybe you could become an entrepreneur. Life always changes. And with understanding how to love people from the different places that they sit in and the different times that they're in plays a major role. And I wish somebody would have explained that to us, that we're going to change. I'm not 16 anymore. I'm not 20. I'm not 30. 40 is a whole beast or another color for, us.
Yes.
So it's going to come with its ups and downs with that. And I wish somebody would have told me that.
Joe?
I'm definitely have to agree with her. It's like this. And it's understanding that when she's in a valley and I'm on a mountaintop, that we still need to love each other in those places. Eventually, we're going to get back to the same space. Listening. One thing I learned, how to actively listen to each other.
Yes.
And the tough conversations are the necessary conversations.
Yes.
And they don't have to be the separating conversations. They just be the conversations that you guys have. We were fortunate, we got married young. I think I was 22 years old. She was 18. That's unheard of. And we couldn't never do that. But another thing, put God first.
Put God first.
Put him back in, I say make him the centerpiece of everything in your life. Acknowledge him. The word says acknowledge him in all your ways.
And he will direct
your
path.
paths.
Yes.
He will lead you. And sometimes you have to just listen and say, well, God, you're going to have to work this one out.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
Yes. Consistency is key as well,
Yeah.
because
It
you've been
is.
together for quite some time and you have been holding on.
Yes.
With God, of course. Christ in the vessel, you smile at the storm.
Yeah.
Whether we want to like it or not or believe it or not, the
Ooh.
only way a relationship is going to work is with God.
It
With God.
is.
Is with
Absolutely.
God. All right. So there are people out there, there are younger people or as well as older folks who they want to get married. Some of them have already been engaged. Some of them they're courting, they're in the process. What advice would you give them other than what we just spoke about, where it was the one piece of relationship advice that you wish everyone knew? Now they're going to go into it. What advice would you give newlyweds?
No,
Here to,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go first.
He kept saying about listening. And one of the things that we had to understand is not to listen to respond, but to listen to hear what's not being said. Sometimes some people don't
Listen
have
to
the
hear.
verbiage.
No, hold on right there. You just hold it. Listen to hear what's not been said.
Yes. Yes.
That's a word.
one of the major things that I didn't have was the verbiage. I did not know how to say some of the things that I was feeling in my heart, that I was actually going through. And so sometimes I would say something and it'd be in left field, but when he really started listening to what I was saying without me saying what I was really saying, that's a major thing. So I would tell them to first of all listen. Don't be so quick to say something. And one thing I had to understand is that when I was talking to him, I had to make the difference of, I just want you to listen. Don't try to problem solve, because men try to problem solve when you start talking. So I had to say, listen to what I'm saying. Please listen to what I'm saying. And I had to say, this is not about you. This is about something that I'm feeling. So making those clear things, those thoughts clear to people makes a major difference, because he didn't understand that I didn't want you to fight right now. I just want you to listen.
Just want you to listen.
And then when I wanted him to wanted him to fight, he just wanted to listen. So sometimes we have to make those things very clear.
Yeah. If I had to pick one, I would say take the time to know each other. Take the time. It's one of the things, especially I'm gonna say this for men, because we have a problem with this. Men internalize life, internalize our situation. Take the time to know the person that you with so that you can show them your heart.
Oh, wow.
Major.
Take the time to know the person that you're with so that you will be able to share your heart.
To them. The reason why I say this is because men, the moment we expose ourselves to someone and then you take that thing and shove it back in their throat, guess what? Men will close right back up. We'll be like clams in the shell, and we'll close back up, and we won't show you that ever again. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to show my heart to someone, and it was never thrown back in my face. So, especially for men, women are different, because women, you guys are unique creatures. And I tell people all the time, you guys are amazing. You're stronger than y'all. Take stuff that everybody else
Would never take.
But for men, know the person you with. Get to know them, not just look at them. Know them. So when you get ready to expose your heart to them, you're exposing yourself in the right place.
And your heart is being treated with care.
Exactly. It's being
Gently.
cared for, yeah.
But to partner that, women have to know how to not use their words as weapons against them. We have to heal enough. We do, that we don't take their words and spew them back out to them.
Weaponize the words.
Yeah,
Be a mouth
absolutely.
murderer.
That right there.
I like that
Because
one.
if we don't give them that room, if we don't give them that grace, or if they can feel that way, but if we don't give them that room, if we don't do what's necessary, they're going to keep holding on to stuff like that. So immediately, like he said, when I give you my heart and you use my heart against me, then I'm going to just clam up. We have to be willing to do the necessary work as well. everybody has to do their work.
Everybody plays a part. That's one of my things. I said everybody has
The
a
part that they play.
Listen, this is wisdom. I have had many conversations, but the way in which you guys put this out right here, yeah, I know I'm going to be rewatching, and rewatching this. This is wisdom. You are giving good advice, and I love that. And people, this is free advice, free married counseling advice over here. Okay. All right. So we are at the end of the conversation now, and I'm going to throw at you some questions that we call the rapid fire questions. So you can answer yes, no, and you can give an explanation if you wish. And then we're done. Simple. Holding hands in public. Are you with that or not with it?
She's not.
No, I'm not a PDA person.
She's not a PDA
at all.
person, no.
Why not?
Now, I might hold his hand, I might hold his arm,
It's
but
a secret.
I'm holding his pocket or something. But PDA is not, look, I'm even embarrassed trying to talk about it. Jesus.
Why?
I don't know.
She always
I'm
been
not
that
a
way.
I'm not a PDA.
Okay.
person.
Wearing red on Valentine's Day?
We don't even celebrate
I don't even
Valentine's
do that.
Day.
You don't? Okay. Eat dinner together or you eat whenever?
If it's on a special occasion, we will. If he's home, we will. But sometimes we have a balance. Sometimes we're eating in different places. Sometimes we eat together.
But I do
Okay.
love eating
With
the
her.
conversations that come from it.
Come from it's
Yeah,
good.
we have great conversations that come from it.
Cooking at home or takeout?
I love cooking at home.
It's because you're a chef by profession, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
cooking at home.
All
I'll
right.
do takeout.
What about labels? Are you the one to say, my wife, my husband? You're talking to me and you don't refer to him as Joe. You said, my husband. And you're talking
Most of the
to
time
me
I
about.
call him, well, I will call him Joe, my husband.
Okay.
Depending on who she's talking to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a balance. Some people like, hey, Joe said, or I be like, Kandace said, or my wife. It depends on the environment.
Okay. But you're okay with the labels?
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right. What about matching PJs?
No.
Oh, I know.
No. We did that Christmas and everybody warm. That was one year that we did it. That was it.
Okay. What about color code dressing? Like you're going out, you're wearing a yellow shirt, so you in a yellow dress?
He has been trying to do it, but it's not something that I do.
No.
He does it more. He'll try to do it more than I do.
Okay. Why? What you do?
I don't know.
She's a
It's
rebel.
not-
She's
it's-
a rebel. You are a rebel.
I'm like, well, Candy, what you wearing? And he doesn't call me Candy. In my head, he calls me Candy. He has always called me Kandace.
Okay.
He does not linger from Kandace.
Mm.
But I be like, no, I don't want to wear that. I don't know what color I'm gonna wear. He's like, well, what? Pick a color, pick something. I'm like, well, orange. Well, I ain't got no orange. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So
She doesn't want to
we
do
will,
it.
Sometimes we won't.
All right. Thank you. If you could turn back the hands of time, what is that one thing that you would change about yourself?
I would have healed a whole lot earlier in life, so that I would give him. He would not have having to deal with the hurt that people have caused, and he didn't. That was one thing that the Lord gave me at the beginning of our marriage. He said, "Don't make him pay for what somebody else did." And they say the first year is the worst year. The first year is, but then also there's years after it. If you don't do the healing, that you'll make somebody else pay for what somebody else did, and not what they did.
I think I would have took the time so that she could have the best version of me at that time. I think I hindered her healing process because she didn't have the best version of me at the time. When two people are trying to heal together,
That's not gonna happen. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I needed, if I would have took the time, like I said in the beginning, to know her and seeing who she was, I could have gave her a better version of me, so that her healing would be different.
Thank you so much. All right, so we are at the end of our conversation, and let me tell you, this was a good one. But before we go, though, we're going to ask Pastor Kandace as well as Pastor Joe to tell me what is new with you right now. What's coming up with the ministry? Is there anything that you would like to tell the audience? You want to invite us anywhere?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you gave me that. God, when we started going into our own ministry, the Lord gave me confidence. And what I'm doing is speaking to every woman to know their place, not their place, but know their worth as being able to be godly confident. And this year, July 18th, we would be doing another Godfidence expose, and it's called She Ready to Soar. And what soar represents is speak, obey, arise, and respond.
Ooh.
So, and we're coming from, God wanted me to highlight the unnamed women in the Bible, or the women that don't get too much mention.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about Tabitha,
Mm-hmm.
who was a disciple, who had died, and Peter resurrected. Then we're talking about Jairus' daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and we're talking about the woman with the issue of blood.
Mm-hmm.
And help me say it. It's Taluth Kumi, what Jesus said to Jairus' daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, little girl, arise. Taluth Kumi means little girl, arise. And when we understand that the little girl in us has to be healed first, then the woman can emerge and be her confident self. This is what we're talking about. And so that's going to be July 18th. And it's at the Garner Lions Club. And I have information on Facebook as well as TikTok in order for you to register.
You gotta tell them the name of your TikTok.
Where can we
Facebook
find you
site.
on Facebook?
Okay, so it's She Ready Ministries on Facebook.
Right. Okay, so you have anything you want to share? Like, where's your church at? What time do you meet?
Right now we're having service in Garner. We do 2 Sundays out the month. We do first and help me out here. Third Sunday.
This coming up month, because March had a 5th week in it. We're going to be doing first and third
Sundays. We start service at 10 o'clock. We do a little bit old school because we call it morning manna. We have Sunday school. So we talk about, but it's more or less we have a lot of young people. So we definitely have the conversations that they be asking. Sometimes we totally go from the book, not away from the book, and allow them to ask and express those questions that they really ask. It's been exciting, and we also been doing some community work. We volunteer at the Ronald McDonald House.
Oh.
We loved our mission statement is about innovation and collaboration. So we've been collaborating with other ministries about volunteering at the Ronald McDonald House, feeding the homeless. Right now we're working with another ministry to do some things in Kinston, North Carolina, and some things in downtown, feeding the homeless. The word always said the poor are going to be with us always, but I think it's our responsibility to help manage that idea. So that's what we got going on.
All right. Thank you so much. And all the information will be in the description below. So you will have the information that you need to contact Pastor Kandace as well as Pastor Joe and their ministries. All right, thank you so much. So this is the end of another episode of the Love and Conditions podcast, and we had a great time. So we will be airing every Monday. You will get a new episode, so remember to subscribe and to hit your notification bell. I am Jennifer. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. See you soon.
Loving you ain't so bad. I miss the days we used to hang around. Please don't be so sad. Girl, I still hear your voice in every sound. Back when the time slowed down, we were laughing, love was all we knew. Now it's just me here, but the truth is I am still in love with you.